And I was like, why is there no music? And you're like, music is a privilege, keep working. And I sent you 2 messages like, Vlad, I'm eating more, but I'm losing weight. Honestly, I don't see why every single person can do the same thing. And that's why I signed up with Man the F Up, and here I am 3 months later, down 28 pounds, and you can't go wrong with that. So the reason I started working with Man the F Up was because one of the trainers from here was at the gym that I was going to, and I always seen him training clients and getting that feedback, working out himself, and I just knew, like, you know, I've heard of the gym itself. I saw it online and everywhere, and I thought they were really popular. But more importantly, I saw the results that came with it. And then when I saw that, I was like, if I ever wanted to get professional help, like, I'm gonna go to this gym, right? They're so raw. The energy here is amazing. Everyone is so helpful, and then they have results. Like, most importantly, they have results. Yeah. And most of the trainers here look like how you want to look, right? So I thought that was really helpful. And you know, like, when it comes to getting that professional help, I wouldn't have picked anywhere else. It wasn't even a question.
Thank you for the awesome answer.
I remember I was here and we were working out, and I was like, why is there no music? And you're like, music is a privilege. Keep working, like, you know, keep working out. And like, you know, that it's just that that raw, you know, energy that's in this gym of excellence.
You learn to be focused.
You learn to be focused. Very, very true. Very, very true. And you realize how many, like, luxuries you don't really need, you know? Yeah. And it's a great feeling to know that I can control what luxuries I want when I want them, because I don't need it, you know? So I think, like, in more ways than just fitness, like, you're coaching the whole client's lifestyle.
It's mindset, right? So
yeah.
Man the fuck up, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, everybody knows, like, everyone got very stagnant over COVID, right? And I was going through a lot of changes in my life. I had a lot of personal issues, you know, like relationships, friends, that kind of stuff, my business that I was running. And so what do? You comfort eat, you know, like you get, like, I, for example, gained a lot of weight, right, over the whole COVID situation. You're not going out, you're not doing anything, you're not partying, you're not even doing that. So, like, that got me to a really bad place, and I knew, like, I needed to change.
How did you feel about your body before you signed this Man?
How do I feel about my body? Oh man, I hated my body. Before I started with Man the F Up, I was, like, really insecure, right? Like, I just felt like I gained a lot of weight over COVID, and I'm sure a lot of us have, you know. And I think that the most important thing was that I wanted to stay consistent with how I looked before gaining all this weight. And I hated the way I looked in t-shirts, I hated the way I looked in sweaters. I'm constantly in front of cameras and videos and stuff like that, so I hated that way I looked, you know. And then you start covering yourself up and you're wearing, like, things that kind of, like, hide your imperfections. So imagine walking around life thinking like that all the time, right? It's definitely not a comfortable feeling.
So how much weight you've lost in the last 3 months?
Okay, so I started 3 months ago, and I started, when I walked into the gym, I was probably around 209, 210. And now I'm sitting at about 183 pounds, so I lost about 27, 28 pounds.
How do you feel about it?
Man, it is an incredible, incredible feeling. You know, I feel stronger, I feel better, and it was such a drastic change. Like, I knew, like, in a month, people were noticing. You have all your friends, like, saying that, yo, you look great. You know, your clothes, that when you go into the store, you're buying clothes that are a smaller size. The clothes that you had before fit so much better. You're constantly looking at the mirror. I don't know about you, but I'm constantly looking at the mirror because, like, I love what I see, you know? You're proud of it, right? And
see yourself.
And that energy inside you, where you're proud of yourself, or you see that people are, like, really, like, acknowledging you for all your effort, it just makes you go harder, and it's beyond having a better image of yourself in front of the mirror. It's more of a mindset thing, that you just feel better as a person. That first month is really hard, and the second month gets easier, and then you start to see changes, and then people are, like, noticing it, and then the third month you're even better, until now you're like, okay, listen, I want to keep going. how much further can I push yourself? So like your trainer will know that. Your trainer will know that you can push yourself, and he'll definitely push you, where even you don't know because you think you have limitations. Right? And why would you do anything different? You know, like I hired the right help. I couldn't have done it without you, and you helped me do it in a safe way, and you also got me to my results. I walked in here saying, listen, I didn't walk in here saying I want to lose 50 pounds in 3 months, you know, like I said, listen, like I'd like to lose 20 to 25 pounds. I think we exceeded my expectation, and I think that we did it in such a healthy way. Sure, there was parts of it that was difficult, but you know, anything worth having is going to be a little bit difficult, right? It's not going to be easy. So here I am at my goal. I feel great, and I'm going to sign up. Well, you already know this. I'm signing up with you for another 3 months because I want to see how I can get better and go from there. So yeah, I'm excited.
What would you say was the biggest shift that happened to your mind compared to who you used to be, and compared to who you are right now?
I think that, to put it in like simpler terms, I think that I was always overindulging, whether it be with food or any aspect of my life. I was always having too much of everything, and then and especially with COVID, like too much sleep, too much sitting around, too much sitting on the desk, too much eating, you know. And I think that from here you've kind of controlled that, and you said, listen, like this is all you need. And now I really don't feel like I need anything more, right? And I think that's a huge part of somebody's life that is really going to help them. Your new clients are going to be super, super happy that they don't have to overindulge in anything, right? They have enough food, they have the right fitness, they got the right mindset, and they're getting results. Like, I just don't think you need nothing else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think was the most valuable thing that you really picked from that journey, or something that you really learned about yourself?
I learned that you could lose weight by eating more. I learned that there's a lot of discipline. It can be easy. It can be easy, but you have to have systems in place, right? You got to wake up at a certain time. You got to make sure that you meal prep. You got to make sure that you carry the food with you. You got to have that discipline ongoing. You got to have a good relationship with your personal trainer, and you know, you have to remember why you're doing it.
What was one thing that you've enjoyed the most working with your coach and getting in shape over?
You know what? In the beginning, you don't look forward to training for sure, but I enjoyed it after a while. Like especially when you see the results, like in the first 4 weeks, right? You're like, okay, like now I'm excited to come, right? So I enjoyed coming to Hammer Fitness, and like I enjoyed coming to the gym and working out and doing all that stuff. I always wanted to push myself even more. And it's grueling and it's difficult. It's not supposed to be easy, right? But it's fun. Once you start really, if you're somebody that challenges yourself and you're a competitive being, like it starts to become fun, right? And then you start to celebrate the mini goals, okay? So like waking up in the morning and coming to the gym is a mini goal, right? Getting through your set, even when your coach is like more, and getting through it is a great feeling, right? And then when you're done your training and you get to go home and eat, that's a great feeling, you know? And those little tiny wins is what gets you through the day, right? So those would be some of the things that I like started looking forward to and started enjoying, and yeah, like I think that you also created like a really great lifestyle and ambiance at the gym, right? Like I would say, so basically like, you know, the first week or whatever, as soon as you start, like your coach helps you your coach helps to understand you first, right? They get to know you, they get to know my lifestyle. I explained to you exactly what my lifestyle was, you know, that like I'm always on the go, that I'm always doing this and then the third. So I think that what helped was you didn't just give me a cookie cutter type of like program. You were just like, you gave me a guideline and outline. You listen to my lifestyle, you listen to when I get home, how long am I on the road. I've told you about how many kilometers I put in my car. Like, you know, you really understood like my situation, and then you curated a great program that actually fits into it and that's not pushing me outside my comfort zone. So then the food came, and I tried to, you know, you talked about having like a flexible diet and this is what you should focus on. So I did that. You helped me understand that you have to change certain parts of your diet, and like, you know, if you really enjoy carbs at night, store your carbs for later at night, right? Like little kind of like tidbits that you always help me. I think when you have other clients, those are the things that are really going to resonate with them, because you're not just telling them something that can be read online. You know, you're really finding a way to understand their lifestyle and make something that works for them, because there isn't just one way of getting to your goal, right? And I think that I learned a lot of.
Right, so.
Yeah, everybody's different, and I love that you help me take away something that I can take away, even if I'm not, you know, here one day or whatever the case is. You know, maybe I'm going on my own, or maybe I want to like do whatever, or if I'm traveling, like I told you I was going to travel, and then it's something that I can definitely continue to do. Like I'll have that for the rest of my life, basically. Like I have that knowledge now, like I understand it now, you know? So in more ways than 3 months, like you've definitely changed my life in a way, you know? So I appreciate you for that. Thanks.
Have you ever felt hungry during the process, or have you ever felt like that the type of food you eat or your diet is real unsustainable and you have to restrict yourself hard and starve yourself?
No, never. I never had a problem with hunger. I think that you always created a plan that helped me always stay full. At first, it kind of seemed a little bit hard, but it's because you're going from eating junk food to now, you know, eating right.
Yeah, you're changing your habits.
You're changing your habits, right? So in the beginning, it's always tough, right, for everybody, right? But as you start to get the hang of it, I think probably in the first 2 weeks, like you start to understand that, okay, this is okay. This is doable. You're not as hungry. Your body actually kind of like, your body actually absorbs and conforms to the new amount of nutrition that is being given to it. And you help me understand that. And what I really appreciate about you is like you understand food to the scientific level. You understand the body mechanisms and how the body works. And teaching me as your client, like teaching me those kind of things also helped me understand how the mind works, how the body works. So that really helped me. So to answer your question, no, I wasn't hungry. After the 2 weeks, I was never hungry. I was too full sometimes. Yeah. And you gave me like little cheat codes on how to like stay full. So I really appreciate that. And you tell anybody that, listen, I'm gonna help you eat more and lose weight, they're gonna think that this is one of those gimmicks, right? Yeah. Like they're never gonna trust you, but it does happen. It can happen, and it takes a little bit of training and the way you kind of laid it out. But it's crazy, man. I've been losing weight while I'm eating more, and yeah.
What was the most valuable thing that you've learned or you've gained in the last 3 months?
I think the most valuable thing would be the knowledge. I think confidence is something I have to have in my line of work. But the knowledge that came from living this lifestyle and changing your body, I understood food better. I understood habits better. I understood sleep better. I understood the mechanics of how your body functions, and like you learn a lot through this short 3-month span, and then you realize how much more you can continue to learn, how much better you can continue to be, and yeah, there's so much more you get to walk away with. Is what I'll keep it at that, because I think your clients need to kind of go through it themselves. So I'll keep it at that.
What was the most difficult part of you getting in shape, and what was the biggest thing that your coach helped you to overcome in terms of your lifestyle, or maybe something that you learned?
So the most difficult, I would say, was not the training. The training you can definitely get through. It is hard. It is very rigorous. But I think staying on top of your food, your activity level, and incorporating that into your busy lifestyle, right? So if you're busy at work and you're busy with friends, or you're a very social active person, to make sure to remember the food, to make sure to remember the activity, all of those things put together, it's a lot on your plate. You have to kind of understand that it's a lifestyle change. and that would probably be the hardest thing. You have these tools and stuff that tell you that, hey, you did this many steps, right? And then that helps you go like, oh man, yeah, I hit my mark today. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna hit another mark. It's something that is quantifiable and it's something that you can kind of see, and that was super important for me, at least. And I think that you did a great job of outlining that for me. And then obviously the weekly check-ins and like saying, hey, like what happened here? Like, we obviously use a tool that allows us to be very, transparent with what I'm eating, how many steps I'm getting in. And then, your check-in saying like, what happened yesterday? Yeah. How many times like on a Sunday morning you would call me after a Saturday night, you would call me or message me and say, what happened yesterday? Because Fridays and Saturdays would be really tough for me. I'm going out, I'm out with my friends and doing all sorts of things. So that was really hard.
What was the one thing that really changed about you, or that got you to where you are right now?
The one thing that changed about me?
Yeah.
I think the dedication to wanting to be better, and it kind of also trickles down to like indirectly like affects all your other aspects of your life. You start to treat your business or your job or whatever just like your workouts, right? You plan, you prep, so there's a lot of things that kind of trickle down outside of bodybuilding and like weight training and stuff that I thought helped me outside of fitness. You come here wanting to change your body, but you walk out changing your mindset, and that trickles down to every aspect of your life. It's so important to understand that that's going to happen to you.
Yeah, people think it's all about fitness, but it's not. It's about your life.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle change. You come here signing up for personal training, or you come here to work out, and you walk away with confidence. You walk away with your head held high. You walk away with, a better image of yourself. I'm buying clothes that are smaller. Like I'm getting looks when I'm walking around, the city. I went to the tailor, and the guys told me like he has my file from the last time I bought a suit, and he's like, I just dropped 3-4 inches off my waist. Like we have to literally alter the entire suit again. And so just little things like that. That's how like your life kind of changes in a sense where like, and in such short 3 months, like you build that confidence and everything like that. And I think that was super important, super key for me in order to keep going.
So 28 pounds in 3 months, it's a good amount of pounds.
Yeah.
Have you had to do a crazy amount of cardio or like really do something to like really push yourself in a hard way?
No, when people think cardio, they're like, people think they're gonna be on the treadmill for an hour. Like, dude, I did like cardio was just walking. Like that's what you basically, like I just want you to walk. Can you do that? And I said, yeah, I can do that. And that's all I did, right? So for I would say 80% of our coaching, basically the only cardio I did was walk. I walked around my neighborhood. I walked up and down the stairs, or like I parked really far away so I could take a couple extra steps. Like I found ways to kind of do it.
What do you usually do when you go for a walk? Like you just walk, or you listen to something?
Yeah, so that's a great point that you've also brought up, is that when I'm going for a walk, I'm able to catch up on emails. I'm able to respond to my messages. I'm able to talk to some friends that I'm too busy to talk to sometimes. I'm able to listen to my favorite podcast or my favorite audiobook, and I'm just able to do more and focus on me and bettering myself, which is ultimately why you come here, right? You want to be the better version of you. So I was able to do a lot of things that I didn't want to make time for. It's like the first task you do in the day is something successful, and it like kind of sets your pace for the rest of the day. So that coaching really helps.
Have you ever felt that something you're doing right now is absolutely not sustainable for you and you're about to burn out?
Absolutely not. In terms of food, I'm sorry, you're unable to have burgers and fries every day. But that doesn't mean I'm not allowed to have food, right? I can have things I enjoy. I can have meat, I can have rice, I can have all your favorite foods in certain quantities and made and prepared a certain way. So in terms of food, absolutely not. There's definite ways that you can be sustainable. And in some cases, if you've planned properly, you can go and still have that burger. You can go and still have that rice, because you know how much nutrition your body needs. And you start to learn that, and what a great feeling that throughout the day you just kind of understand what your nutrition level is, and you don't have to follow some cookie cutter nutrition plan, right? In terms of activity, absolutely not. You will be you'll surprise yourself how easily, for someone who always drives or always is sitting on a desk, how easily you can get to 10,000 steps. If you just try and you figure out cheat codes and like ways to kind of like get those extra steps in, honestly speaking, it's really doable. If you think that you're gonna come in here, get the coaching from a professional and that understands your body and lifestyle, listen, they're gonna do everything that they can to kind of complement your lifestyle. But you're also asking for a change in your whole body, which requires a lifestyle change. And in order for that to happen, it's not normal for you to carry around your food. It isn't normal for you to walk extra steps when you don't have to. I could be lazy in bed and just sitting around on the couch, right, eating potato chips. You're not going to get to your goal if you act like that. Right? So yeah, there are some changes, but it is definitely sustainable. You can definitely incorporate, and you feel like you've accomplished more throughout the day. And I think that that's really important for your clients to know that it does get easier once you understand how to manipulate your day and how to have a healthier lifestyle. It is actually easier. It gets easier for sure.
Can you tell me more about what's happening to your weight right now? Like, what are you doing?
So what we're doing right now is, you've created a different nutrition plan for me now because we've hit this stage of my fitness. So now at this stage of my fitness, and we've been talking about what I'm going to do for the next 3 months, maybe we'll save it for another video, but for the next 3 months, you're like, hey, this is what you're going to be eating. This is what you're going to be doing. And now I get to eat more. And I sent you 2 messages like, Vlad, I'm eating more, but I'm losing weight. Like, and you always told me, like, that's amazing. That means your metabolism is really working good. And that's a great feeling. I get to eat more and I'm losing weight. It's just something that is, it's a great feeling. And you feel better. You wake up in the morning, your muscles are full and you feel great. Your workouts are better. You're lifting heavier. There's a lot of things that happen at this stage that we're in right now. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen in 3 months. Yeah.
What do you think about people that are saying that they don't have time for a gym or they don't have time for like weight loss and stuff?
To be honest, the type of work I'm in, I'm constantly driving. I'm constantly working. I work really late in the day. You know how busy my schedule is, and for you to say that you can't do something or you don't have the time is just an excuse. I think that you help me understand the mindset of making it work. If you really want something, you're gonna do it. And that's really the most important aspect of it. So when I was busy, I found ways to kind of cheat, right? How to have a little bit more extra water, right? How to make sure I get my diet. How do you do that? You gotta prep. You gotta prep in the morning, right? You gotta make your meals. You gotta take it with you, right? When you go to a restaurant, you have to find ways to stay in your limit, right? So even if that means you got to order that salad and you got to get that water, hey, listen, that's what you got to do. So many times, I've heard you tell me, be like, that you're just making an excuse or you're being a pussy or you've always told me it's all in your mind, right? And you don't understand it. Vlad, for your future client, we won't understand that you're trying to tell us that it's all in our mind. You don't get that until you get to that 3rd month. And sometimes I don't even feel like I still understand it because I feel like you know my limits better than I do sometimes. And yeah, you make it work, just like everything else, right? You make it work. And as long as you have that mindset that, hey, I'm going to make this work, it's a non-negotiable, you're just making excuses if you think you don't have time.
Can you say that you can still socialize and stay on a diet?
Can you socialize and stay on a diet? Yes. Okay. So, before pre-Man the F Up, you'd go to a party or you go to a social gathering, right? And you're drinking or you're eating and you're just getting carried away, right? And in some days you're getting shit-faced and you're waking up with a hangover and all that stuff, right? And then so instead of going to parties and having these sugary drinks and notching on chips and stuff like that, I found other ways to enjoy myself, right? I would only drink the stuff that you told me to drink, right? Like the club soda or whatever, things that can help me still be social, but still allow me to enjoy myself and still follow the guidelines that you had for me. So you realize after a while when you're going to these parties and you know exactly what to have and you can still enjoy yourself, it is actually so much more sustainable.
Yeah.
It's very doable. Is it hard? Yeah, your friend's gonna chirp you a little bit, of course, right? My friends always make fun of me for that kind of stuff, right? But you find ways to like kind of overcome those things, right? And you know what? The first few times, you know, your friends or whoever, they may say something about it. After a while, it's normal, right? And when they see the results, they stop talking, right? It's like they don't want to say anything anymore, right? So it's definitely doable, but you just have to not be afraid. I think that was super helpful for you always being there, constantly reminding me that this is how you do it. And then I remember I had one bad day where I just completely just forgot about my nutrition. And then the next day, you're like, okay, don't worry, like, gotta go and do it. You gotta make sure you have that plan in your head and just execute.
What was the main value for you of hiring a coach and having coaching, or something that you really gain out of it?
So, like, if you asked me if 3 months ago would I do this again, I would say 110 times I would do this again. I don't know anybody that lost 28 pounds in 3 months and it's something that's sustainable. I didn't have to, you know, diet to a point where like I can't eat food. I didn't have to worry about anything. It was something that was totally sustainable. I learned a lot throughout the way, and I did it in a healthy way.
So, did you meet the expectations working with the coach for the amount of time that you spent and the amount of money you spent?
Yeah, like, so in the beginning, like to all your clients, I'm telling you right now, they're gonna think that, oh, the money's not worth it, right? Everyone's gonna think that. Then when you get the results, and then when you start seeing the changes in your body and you see all the results that you wanted to get have been achieved, then you're like, yeah, I didn't pay enough. Right, like it's like, this is like almost like it's cheating. I've cheated my way to getting the body I wanted, because I signed up with Man the F Up and I got your help. I think that is what you're signing up for, and I'm telling you, as somebody who was in that shoe where I didn't know if I should get, you know, coaching. Yeah, like in the beginning, none of your clients are ever going to believe you until they see the results, and when they see it, then like me, because I only came here for 3 months, I'm gonna sign up again, right?
What advice would you give to the new clients?
Just be prepared that you're gonna go through this drastic change, and more than just like weight training and lifting weights and stuff like that, you're gonna learn how to eat better. You know, you're gonna look better. Your outlook on life will be better. You'll be more confident. You know, there's so much more you gain. You come here thinking you're just gonna work out and get in shape. You walk away with a whole new mindset, and I think that you harp on that every single time, and it's so true. And I think that trickles down to a lot of bigger things. You know, a lot of people go through a lot of stuff in their everyday life, and I think that coming to Man the F Up and having a coach like yourself really just, you're doing more than just taking care of somebody's body. You're taking care of their mind. Yeah. And you can't put a price on that.
Thank you, man.
No problem,
Thank
man.
you for your feedback.
Yeah.
The work is not done.
We gotta get a workout in right now. That's awesome. All right, thank you, man. All right.